Hi Aries, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your weekly tarot check for the week of June 21st through the 28th. So that's Father's Day for those of you who celebrate and have a father that you like to visit with. And for those of you who don't, it's just June 21st. Or if you don't acknowledge it, that's also okay. That's certainly up to you. This is for all Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I hope you're all doing well, and as usual, I thank you for your support here. And if you're new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I do post videos every week. They're a little bit different format depending on the type of video. The weeklies are one format, monthly and mid-month are a different one, and then the Love Tarot is a completely another kind of format, so you never know. But I certainly would encourage you to look around my page and channel and keep coming back, okay? Every reading is for somebody, but not every reading is for everybody. All right, so let's get some guidance here for this week for Aries. Guidance, please, for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, let's see what we have here for you guys. Oops, I dropped a card behind, so you know what we're going to do with that? We're going to use it as a clarifier. Let's wait until the end and see what it is. I like surprises. Sunday, you start off with the King of Swords. Monday, you have the Eight of Wands. Tuesday, you have the Four of Cups. Wednesday, you have the Ten of Swords. Thursday, you've got the Empress. Friday, you've got the Page of Swords. Saturday, you have the Ace of Wands. And then Sunday, you've got the Chariot. And let's see what this is. All right, this is the Four of Pentacles. So interesting, there's sort of a closed off energy this week with the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, though, is a little bit less intention. It's almost like kind of being bored. So you have here Cancer, you have fire, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you have air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then you've got that one earth sign, but the Empress also represents earth. So you've got kind of an interesting combination here. So, you know, Sunday you've got great communication. You've got communication right at the beginning of the week with the King of Swords and the Eight of Wands together. Those are both about communication. However, the Eight of Wands is maybe a bit softer and it's a bit more loving. So you definitely could find out some information this week that or even deliver it too. You may deliver something too that is painful for somebody or changes their mind about something. So with this King of Swords, you know, he knows what he wants, but he has a very direct delivery. So with tarot, we use this as guidance. All right, we don't necessarily let it determine everything for us. And so sometimes when I see a card like this, what I get is what would benefit you in the situation is maybe to soften it just a little bit. Okay, it doesn't have to be quite so blunt. You know, again, this is about somebody who doesn't care what other people think about them. And generally, I'd say what other people think about me is none of my business anyway. But I do think overall, there's something with this that's going to cause somebody some pain. And so I guess I would just be aware of that and calibrate your words a little bit if that's you. If you know that you have a conversation that needs to be had. Monday, we've got this Eight of Wands. And again, this is all about movement forward. And it's also referred to as Cupid's arrows, like shooting the love arrows. So I do feel like there's love in the air, but there's definitely an energy here that there's something right in the middle of the week that causes some discomfort, and it can be an ending to something or some information that comes through, like on a more mundane level, like a trip that doesn't go through or some plans that were canceled, and it kind of leaves you with this feeling of like, yet again. But with this card, I do feel like this is certainly an energy of bringing in communication and maybe working on trying to figure out some plans. So here you have on Tuesday, you've got this Four of Cups. And again, this is where it's sort of a not interested, but it's also kind of bored. It's bored with the offer, bored with the situation, wanting to not even look at the cup being offered, right? He's completely looking away. It's a very stubborn energy too. It can be very stubborn that way. So for some of you, you may have, some kind of a situation where you're just not being very flexible on it, or the people around you are being inflexible, and it doesn't go very far because of that. So on Wednesday, you've got the Ten of Swords here. And this certainly is about something being over, but it's also a change and a conclusion in a cycle. And that's where I get, where it's like something like a plan that was canceled, and you finally get a better answer with that, or a clear answer, like, okay, this is not going to happen now. And you may have been waiting on it for a while, and it just wasn't a for sure no, and it wasn't certainly a for sure yes either. But I do think for you, it doesn't feel like it's huge. It just feels more annoying. And some of you, it's going to save you some money too, by the way. Whatever it is, you're going to end up having more money as a result, which I do feel like for you, or somebody's saying, I'd rather have the experience than the money. Somebody's got that in their mind right away. And I understand that. I do. I totally get that. I'm the same way. But for somebody here, that's what it amounts to. So with the Empress on Thursday, the Empress is ruled by Venus, okay? She's the goddess of love. And she, I feel, is connected to the Eight of Wands also, where there's somebody here that has a very warm, loving energy towards you. It's very unconditional, and she always has the best interests of other people in mind. This is not, she's sexual in nature, but she's not like a seductress. I mean, look at how she's dressed, right? She's not somebody that's going to go flirting with somebody else's husband. It's not that way. It's a very single-minded energy in terms of she wants the best for everyone, but she's a one-person kind of a monogamous kind of a person. And I'm not putting down people who aren't that way. As long as everyone agrees to that, it becomes problematic when only one person agrees to it and everyone else is in the dark. But she's definitely about new growth in the material world. So I do feel like somehow in here you're getting money. Money's freed up for you. But I do feel like there's love around you. And on Friday here, you've got this Page of Swords. He's not as good of a communicator as the King of Swords. You know, he's a bit more feisty, and he's a bit more careless with his sword. So again, where I said earlier, calibrate your words. Be aware of that, okay? And that's what I love about tarot. It gives you guidance. So when Thursday rolls around or Friday rolls around, you're not, prone to getting into arguments with people. And even really through this whole week, it's something to be advised about, because there's this tendency to kind of want to go off a little bit. The other thing too with the Page of Swords, he's also the internet spy. So if somebody who may have an interest in you is doing a bit of internet checking, and it might be vice versa too, where you're trolling around a bit. I think a lot of people do that, and they become quickly aware of which sites allow everyone to see who's looking and which ones don't. You on Saturday, you definitely are in your power here with the Ace of Wands, and it's about brand new opportunity. It's about something new coming in, but it's also about an apology coming through. And it can certainly be somebody from the past who is looking to rekindle and apologize on some level, or they're just trying to make things right. And either way, it will free you up. It will release you from a situation so you can let new stuff come in. This is an important card here because it's connected to the Chariot. And so with the tarot, oracle cards and tarot cards are like two different animals. Oracle tends to be very uplifting, very light messages. Tarot is like your friend that tells you how it is, whether you want to hear it or not. So with the tarot cards, they have a relationship with one another. So when I see the Ace of Wands next to the Chariot, it tells me that you're moving forward. The cards mean something when they're next to each other. There's a relationship there. So it's not only a new opportunity coming in and an olive branch, like I said, that could be being offered, but it's also like waving your wand and making anything happen. You have a lot of power, especially as an Aries when you see this. Now you have the Chariot here, and this is Cancer energy. This is on Sunday. And again, this is victory, success, moving forward with authority, with confidence. And I feel like, too, you're getting some attention here, too, where you've got somebody who's got their eye on you. And I do feel like it's going in a very positive direction. And whatever happened here, this kind of minor, feels like kind of a minor setback. By the end of the week, I don't even think you're going to feel it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's gone, and I'm on to something new here and moving forward. So for those of you that are interested in attracting love in your life, here is an oracle card to do just that. Be authentic. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. So when you know yourself, you know the universe, right? And you can really manifest the things that you desire. For some reason, I've got this sort of emotional energy today, not in a personal way, but when I started to pick up the cards, I felt an extreme amount of love, like an extreme amount of compassion towards somebody here. And so I thought we need to do Life Loves You cards with these week's readings from Louise Hay. I am open and receptive to love. Life is always trying to love you, but you need to be open to see it. Complete this sentence. I could make it easier for life to love me by. So I could make it easier for life to love me by. And for a lot of us, it's just the self-doubt and criticism and, boy, I'm getting into quite a list here, aren't I? And the limiting beliefs, okay? When we let go of those, we open to the universe. So I love you so much, Aries, and I'll be back again soon.